Okay, in case you can see something here, just stand by. This is Bill Bostic for Linglestown Gazette. We're starting our broadcast here in just a moment, getting things set up so I can see everything that's going on here. Just takes a few seconds. All right, hold on here. Let's see. Looks like I am live. Gotta take a look. Looks like I can hear myself too. Hold on here. Yep, there we go. Let's see. All right, gotta mute this. All right, ready to go. This is Bill Bostic. Back at it again, back in the saddle again with Linglestown Gazette. Morning update. Been doing this show. I'm just trying to think. Geez, I can't remember how long it's been a while. 20. I guess I did it throughout all of 2018. Now we're into 2019. Geez, a year and a half has gone by. And the only thing that's changed is we do it 3 days a week instead of 5. That got to be a little bit of a grind. We're brought to you, as always, by Consolidated Insurance Services. David Jones. And I just saw, this is not the same David Jones that we work with here in Paxtonia at 6109 Jonestown Road. If you go down Jonestown Road, you're behind the Carnes Food Plaza. What you want to do is, as you're heading toward Paxtonia Elementary School, keep an eye out on the right-hand side, and you'll see a home that's now an office. It has the Erie Insurance sign. And this is our primary sponsor for this broadcast. And big happenings, hopefully, will be happening with Linglestown Gazette and David Jones, the primary guy there. He's actually looking to expand and go beyond. He's doing some things outside the area as well. So bigger and better things for David. Hopefully we can be part of that to help you understand some of the intricacies in insurance that can help you with your personal finances. Home, life, auto, and business insurances. That's what they do. And we're also sponsored in part, the final time we'll be saying this, by the committee to re-elect Rich Mazzatesta to the Central Dauphin School Board, along with his partner, Ted Giovannis. They are helping us out during this election season. Trying out some new equipment here. Wanted to free myself of the sometimes golden microphone. I've gotten this out of the mix today, this thing. Have a wireless microphone, and it seemed to test out okay. I'd like to say good morning to Crystal Bob, Dave Caesar, Steph, Josephine Fritsch, Camelia Sweezy, Susan George. Thank you all for stopping by. Love the shirt, yeah. Okay. The shirt is part of an entrepreneurial group that I'm part of on the internet. A guy, and actually, Crystal, you'll find this interesting. The guy that's hawking this shirt and other things is sort of a Gary Vaynerchuk knockoff. So anyways, that's what that's all about. Hey, a couple of different things. We're going to look at some local issues here today. Tomorrow's the municipal primary election. Look at some sports, look at some local things here happening in the area in terms of lifestyle and events, sort of a smattering of all that. But the big thing that's on my mind is that what we're trying to do here at Linglestown Gazette is prevent Lower Paxton Township, the greater Linglestown area, Central Dauphin School District from being what is deemed to be a news desert. A news desert. And we're very close to being one. If it wasn't for Linglestown Gazette and to some degree the Paxton Herald, there would be no news short of salacious, terrible things that Penn Live would pick up on occasion, the TV and radio stations locally. But we're this close to being a news desert. And not too far away from here in Reading, Pennsylvania, unfortunately it's one of the poorer cities in all of America, all of the United States. They're fighting that battle right now. They have a long-time family-owned newspaper. It also had they have an online website, of course, and they have a radio station, I think some weekly newspapers. But anyways, they're being sold off, and the company looking to buy them out of bankruptcy is one of those, what do they call it? It's a company that comes in and sort of slashes and burns everything and tries to pull out all the profits they can before who knows what happens to it. And people down there, here's a quote from an article I read today. We're worried there won't be a community source of news. Well, that's the same spot we're in here locally, and I'm involved in helping to hopefully reinvent local journalism and give us a news source. And a couple of things about that. I'm hoping to launch here in the very near future a weekly email news blast that you can get sort of a recap of the things we looked at here on Linglestown Gazette, Linglestown Gazette Sports, get it sent to your inbox. So in case you were busy, you just weren't, maybe you didn't check your Facebook very much this week, whatever, you're not in the know, you can catch up if you choose to. You know what the cost of that's going to be? Really zero, nothing. It's going to be zilch. Only thing you have to trade is your email address. So hopefully you're willing to do that. That'll help us prevent having a news desert. So that's coming up soon. And if any of you guys, good morning, Rich Mazzatesta joins us here. Anyone here in the audience, if you would let me know, do any of you use the Amazon Alexa speakers, or maybe you have it hooked up on an app on your phone, or maybe you have Google Home, again, the speakers where you can say, hey, what time is it? Alexa, what time is it? I have an Alexa back here. It's not responding. Uh-oh, something's wrong with Alexa. Or ask what the weather's going to be or whatever. This speaker is supposed to do it, so I'm not sure what's happening with mine. Darn it! Anyways, I've been doing some short casts. They haven't been most people are not listening to them. So I'm not gonna quit doing it. I just have to. I'm just trying to get a gauge how many people are doing that kind of thing. So that's some things happening there. Let's get right into it. This is Linglestown Gazette Morning Update, brought to you by Consolidated Insurance and school board candidates Mazzatesta and Giovannis. Tomorrow, the municipal primary election, and you have Lower Paxton Township supervisors, school board races, county races. There is a statewide judicial election underway, and I think that pretty much does it for our neck of the woods. The big one that I've been following, the one that's been the most contentious, the one that's been the most competitive, I suppose, is the school board race. And if you're not aware, here in Central Dauphin School District, we have 3, count them, 1, 2, 3 voting districts. And you got to know what district you're in, or what region, actually it's called, what region you're in to know who's going to be on the ballot. So if you go to LinglestownGazette.com, one of the races is profiled there. That's Region 2 in the school board. And there's a link there for the map, so you can sort of figure out what's happening. What was I going to say about this race? I tell you what, I guess the biggest thing is I got on my own personal Facebook account last night and explained to people who tuned in that my hands are somewhat tied when it comes to talking about this race. If I delve into it too much, I potentially could run into some problems with my employer, because I work for a news concern. It covers state government, it covers Pennsylvania politics, and unfortunately, the school board race has become very, very political. If you live in Region 2, which is Dauphin Borough, Middle Paxton, the western edge of Lower Paxton Township, and it swoops around to the southern part of Lower Paxton Township, you're probably going to have received quite a bit of mail from the two sides on this in that particular race. Again, Region 2. You have incumbent Richard Mazzatesta and his running partner Ted Giovannis, 2 professional educators who are retired, wanting to get back into the mix here with the school district. You have 2 newcomers, Lauren Silvers and Ryan Gunder. All 4 of them have contributed money to Linglestown Gazette. And I can guarantee you, I will not accept money from candidates anymore. It just makes things too messy. So, and it just makes it too difficult to report on, beyond the conflict of interest thing I'm dealing with. So that particular race, and also there's one in Region 1, which is Lawton, Enhot, Bresler, Swatara Township, those races, depending on what the outcome is on Tuesday and potentially in November in the general election, the nature of our school board could change dramatically. A lot of votes right now are 5-4. So if it flips around, you could see some different things happening in Central Dauphin School District. So it's very important that you sort of sort this out. And I have Region 2, the basic information's there on Linglestown Gazette Facebook page, as well as the website, linglestown.gazette.com, if you want to do some last minute boning up. I will put this out there. If you have any questions, I can't put things on Facebook, my website, come on here live and talk openly about this because of the restrictions I have on myself. But if you call me one-on-one, I'll be gladly share factually what I know that's going on in the school board right now, what the impact of this race could be, and just some of the things. I'm not going to get into hearsay or things that I believe that I haven't talked and verified. But if you want some bare bone facts about what's going on, you're confused, the mailers you've gotten have sort of really confused you, you don't know who's doing what, who's right, who's wrong, I might be able to sort some of that out for you on a one-on-one basis. You're more than welcome to contact me electronically, or you can call me. My phone number is 717-512-0722. I'll make myself available from now until midnight. You can give me a call. And if I don't answer the phone, I will call you back. 717-512-0722. If you want to get my goal is to be an impartial source of information about this school board race. Give me a call. Not right now. I'm on the air. But that's one thing I'm willing to do. Okay. And then the other thing, as far as just governmental meetings this week, I'd like to set the stage for what's going on this week. What you're listening to and watching is Linglestown Gazette Morning Update. I'm Bill Bostic, the captain of all things local news here in the Lower Paxton Township Central Dauphin School District region. As far as meetings, the Central Dauphin School Board will be in session tonight. Now, I plan to go because it's going to be interesting to see the byplay between these school board members tonight, because they've been at each other, sending letters and making accusations and giving their viewpoints in the mailbox, and publicly going out there and sort of putting down members. It's amazing what's been happening. I've seen people have sent me things, even though I'm not a recipient of all that. I'm getting a message here from Steph. There's nothing wrong with Alexa or Google, Steph. It's just my particular speaker doesn't seem to be working right now. But beyond all the politics and the back and forth between members, tonight they're going to be voting on the preliminary budget for next school year. $204 million. That's 204,000,000, a big number. And that's the cost of education. Now we have 19 school buildings, 20 if you count the administration building. Something like 13,000 students, 900 staff members. It's a huge operation, the 11th largest in the state, and that's what you're voting on. Our kids' education, as well as a pocketbook issue, how much you're spending for it. So that's happening tonight, 7 o'clock, Central Dauphin East Lecture Hall. On Tuesday is the municipal election, which has bumped the Lower Paxton Township Supervisors' final meeting of the month, their business meeting, to Wednesday at 7 o'clock. I checked the township website, and they did not have the agenda up at that point last night. I do believe they're going to be enacting a fireworks ordinance right at the very end, last moment before the Memorial Day weekend, when there probably will be a lot of aerial fireworks. Again, most of Lower Paxton Township, because of its dense population and buildings being close to each other, you're not allowed to be shooting off aerial fireworks that are now available for purchase in our Commonwealth, thanks to the state legislature. You have to have more than 150 feet away from a building that's occupied or a home. That's hard to get in most places of our township. So keep that in mind. Don't want to see you get arrested. And more importantly, don't want to see you burn down a building because of the different things that fall down, the debris that's still hot from these fireworks, or get injured firing them off. That pretty much does it for the governmental scene. That's brought to you by Kane Mortgage. Our friend Kane Smeltz. Looking forward to having lunch with him this week, see what's on his mind. As far as other things, we have the Memorial Day weekend coming up. And so you want to watch Linglestown Gazette Facebook page for different things that are happening. On Monday, there is a 1 mile run, fun run type thing in the village of Linglestown that precedes the 1 o'clock Linglestown American Legion Memorial Day Parade. So that's sort of the featured thing. And I know St. Thomas Roasters, one of our sponsors, is going to be open through 2 o'clock on Monday. And that's a great place to watch the parade. Across the street, I just saw a notice from the Gilded Lily, a fairly new shop that repurposes furniture and different household items. They're inviting people in to take a look at their shop. And I guess if you're there at the right time, you could watch the parade from their porch. Right there in the front. One thing to note as far as upcoming events, July 3rd, that's when the fireworks, I'm told, will be fired off at Coons Park in Linglestown. And as far as viewing areas and places to do things, Coons Pool right now has been involved in an annual viewing party that the public's welcome to come in. Usually it's just a small donation. You're able to come in. It's the best spot in the park to watch it. And you can, if it's a nice night, you can go swimming. And I traditionally have been doing diving contests for the kids, so that's coming up. Moving over into sports, I do want to make mention, if you're a woman, which I'm not, but if you are a woman, you have the availability of a women's golf day coming up. This is June 4th. I'm not sure what day that is. June 4th. That's a Tuesday. June 4th at Colonial Golf and Tennis Club. We're having our second Women's Golf Day. This is a worldwide event, and I partner with Rick Gibney, the pro over there, and it doesn't matter if you've never touched a club, but you've always thought, well, that looks like fun. Maybe I want to give it a try. This is the event for you to come out and just get a quick introduction to golf, and maybe hook up with a woman or two that you want to try it together. You're going to go on an adventure. Now, my co-host Crystal Bob plans to be there. Maybe you can start playing golf with Crystal. I don't know, but you're going to find you don't have to bring a club. I mean, just show up. That's really show up, be fully clothed. You're ready to go. It's free, and there's information on Linglestown Gazette Facebook page about this. I'll repost that for you so that you can sign up. There's still spots available for Women's Golf Day, June 4th at Colonial Golf and Tennis Club. On the sports scene, last week the boys at Central Dauphin Rams sports scene. Last week the boys volleyball team bowed out of the district tournament. So they've completed their season. So I want to congratulate them for making the playoffs, the District 3 playoffs. This week, tonight, I think it's 4:30, the Central Dauphin Rams baseball team will be in action over at Cumberland Valley in a first-round game. See if they can get by there. I believe they lost to our rivals, the Cumberland Valley Eagles, earlier this season, so they're going to try and reverse their fortunes against them today. The girls softball team last week won the Mid-Penn Conference title. They beat West Perry, I think it was 7-1 in Newville last Thursday. This Thursday they start their bid to defend their District 3 championship of last year, and that game will be at Central Dauphin High School off of Piketown Road. Joe Gilloway and I and our volunteer crew of technicians plan to broadcast that on Facebook Live. So the big challenge there is, and maybe if for the 5 of you still watching, if any of you have a cell phone that you're not using, but it does work and it has a decent camera, I would like to get my hands on it for just this one event. If you have something laying around that a cell phone that works, okay, and it has a decent camera, I could use it because we have a gear to do multiple cameras. However, at the present time, I only have 2 cameras. I can use like 3, 4, or 5, but if I get that third camera, that would make that production so much better. So I'm just looking for a unused phone that has a decent camera with Wi-Fi capability that I could hook into our system. Let me know if you have that. Let's see. Crystal Bob says, is it tomorrow? Tomorrow is the Powder Puff football game. Central Dauphin Rams. Let me see. I think she is right. It's going to be at Landis Field. So, and the event supports 4 Diamonds. So that's coming up too. Anything else that people are saying here? I'd like to welcome the Schmidt family here. So that's about it for today. Again, this is Bill Bostic, your wannabe Walter Cronkite, the captain of all local news here in the area, trying to prevent our community from becoming a news desert. We'll sign off for today. We're brought to you by Consolidated Insurance Services. And for the final time, school board candidates Mazzatesta and Giovannis, look for Crystal and myself to show up on Wednesday morning. If you know, our typical thing is to go to Roasters, but you never know we're going to show up. We just have to tune in and find out. So have a great Monday. See you Wednesday. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just clicking around.